Brett, let's talk about some basketball because we've had some teams that have surprised us early on. We've had some teams that have already been proving us that they're going to build on what they were doing last year, right?
Yeah, definitely some teams that have looked good. Charlotte is one of those teams that look good. They actually, Higgins, won on Sunday night against Portland. Both these teams will have a back to back on Monday. But I am going to be fading the Hornets, the team that came out on top 125 to 113 on Sunday night. They faced the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland's played better than expected, at least in my mind, Higgins. Colin Sexton can score with anyone. They play a little bit odd. They're very big, which is like not the norm in this current NBA. It's usually a lot of shooting. Evan Mobley, the rookies, look pretty good. So I think Cleveland is going to cover the 4.5 spread here in New Jersey, Higgins. A 2-possession game. I see this on the second night of a back-to-back for this Hornets team. Maybe being a 1-possession game coming down to the stretch. Maybe Charlotte starts a little slow. And I can possibly get them, with plus points at some point during the game. Maybe middle that, Higgins, or at least get one win there. So I think pregame, Cleveland's the side to be on because the first half for Charlotte could be ugly. Now, if I know anything about the NBA, Higgins, the first half is almost meaningless, and it's all about what you do in the second half. But pregame, 4.5 points, that's too big for me. So Cleveland facing Charlotte on a back-to-back plus 4.5 is where I'm going to be.
All right, I don't know how much I agree with that pick necessarily. I've been riding with the Hornets a little bit to start the season so far. I like what I've been seeing from them. LaMelo seems to be building off of his rookie year. I like Bridges, and so I don't know them going and bringing Cleveland into Charlotte. It's going to be an interesting game. I'd probably take the favorites in that one though, but I'm not on that game. The game that I'm going to be on is Denver's traveling to Memphis. They're on a road streak right now. A road streak. I just stole your word from the other episode, Brett. It's a road trip. Denver is on a road trip to Memphis, and Uh, Denver's on a road trip to Memphis, and Denver just surprised and upset the books when they were in Minnesota. I'm not entirely sure why they are being named these slight dogs on the road here. I really like the Nuggets this year. I think that they're going to be good once they get fully healthy again. But until they face off against teams that potentially have a big man that can face off against Jokic, I don't really see the Memphis Grizzlies being one of those teams right now. So I'm going to be taking Denver plus 2.5 in Oregon because I can't take them on the money line right now. There's no money line on Sunday night, so I'm taking them on the spread.
Yeah, I think Denver's a good team, Higgins. They'll figure it out. Michael Porter Jr. not playing very well. Jokic banged up a little bit last week. We'll see how his knee is feeling. But John Morant looks like the early MVP favorite, averaging north of 30 points, Higgins. So I would say that's probably why Memphis is the favorite, because they've got the guy that looks like the MVP thus far. But I've got no read on that game. So yeah, you want to take Denver as dogs? I absolutely think that is well within reason there, Higgins.
Hey, and I love watching Ja play. Watching him drive that lane and explode up for those dunks is amazing, but it's going to be harder to do facing off against a guy like Nikola Jokic down in the paint. I mean, John Morant can outjump anybody. He can jump over a lot of people, but I think Jokic is going to potentially try to get some stuffs there. That's my
Yeah.
hope, at least.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to keep an eye, see how his knee is feeling. One more game before we get out of here. Thunder take on the Clippers, Higgins. Clippers up and down. They've played okay. Paul George has played pretty well. The rest of the Clippers kind of all over the place. Thunder have lost, but they've lost close. They actually beat the Lakers and Russell Westbrook a few nights ago. I almost called it the other night, but I corrected myself. Good job, Brett. Um, but the Thunder traveled to La La Land to face the Clippers, Higgins. I have it at plus 11 here in New Jersey. I'm hopping on that on Sunday night because I don't want that line to move at all. I'm very happy with the 11 points. And honestly, I bet the Clippers lose this by like 7 or 8, so I have a few points of cushion there. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, elite player in this league. Josh Giddey is my rookie of the year pick, Higgins. He's
Your
played
boy.
really well. Yep, he's played really well, to be honest. Lou Dort, tough defender. He's going to give Paul George some trouble. Although Paul George, elite player in this league, Higgins, I don't, when I say trouble, I just mean slightly off night. Maybe won't be as efficient as he is other nights. So, look, I just think Oklahoma City loses this by less than double digits. Whether that's 8 points, 9 points, that's still within the 11, Higgins. So, I just think that spread is too big considering how the Thunder have played competitive basketball.
11 points is a very large margin. You're right, Brett. And you mentioned your boy Josh Giddey. He's been making some headlines on and off the court. He went viral the other night because there was a photo of him in an empty basketball stadium talking to two girls courtside. Apparently, basically, he just, before he went back to the locker room, was talking to these two girls after the game. And 10, 15 minutes later, basically everyone's cleared out. He's just still talking to them. Didn't go back to the locker room yet. Your boy's doing well, adjusting to the NBA life, I think.
I guess so, Higgins. I didn't even catch that, so good for Josh Giddey.